the United States has taken an extraordinary step in the middle of a growing energy shock linked to the Iran war. President Donald Trump has temporarily waived the Jones Act for 60 days, allowing foreign-flagged ships to move fuel and fertilizer between U.S. ports, a role that is normally restricted to American-built, American-owned, and American crewed vessels. The move is aimed at easing supply disruptions and slowing the rise in domestic fuel costs. So, what exactly is the Jones Act? Officially part of the Merchant Marine Act of 1920, the law was designed to protect U.S. shipping, shipbuilding, and maritime jobs. Under this rule, cargo moving from one American port to another must travel on ships that meet strict U.S. requirements. Supporters say the law protects national security and keeps a domestic maritime base alive. Critics argue it makes shipping more expensive and limits flexibility during emergencies. This waiver comes at a time when the global energy market is under serious stress. Reports say the conflict involving Iran has disrupted shipping flows and added fresh pressure to already volatile oil markets, with the Strait of Hormuz once again emerging as one of the world's biggest strategic choke points. The narrow waterway is critical because a huge share of global crude oil and liquefied natural gas shipments passes through it every single day. That means even the possibility of disruption, whether through military escalation, shipping delays, or rising insurance risks, can trigger immediate panic in energy markets. As fears grow over the safety of vessels moving through the region, traders often react quickly by pushing crude prices higher. Those higher crude prices then ripple across the global economy, increasing transportation costs, raising refinery expenses, and eventually making fuel more expensive for businesses and consumers alike. The White House believes that relaxing the Jones Act, even temporarily, could make it easier to move oil, gas, and related supplies from one part of the U.S. to another. In practical terms, this means foreign vessels can now help carry fuel between American ports for the next 2 months, widening the pool of ships available at a moment of tight supply and rising demand. The administration says the goal is to reduce short-term disruptions, especially as higher fuel and fertilizer costs begin to hit consumers and key industries. But the decision is also politically and economically sensitive. Maritime groups and labor advocates have long defended the Jones Act, warning that weakening it could hurt U.S. shipowners, workers, and long-term domestic shipping capacity. On the other side, refiners, farm groups, and critics of the law say this is exactly the kind of emergency where a waiver makes sense, because the normal rules can slow down the movement of essential goods and raise costs even more.
Then like, share, and subscribe to Mirror Now.